Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my impressions on the PlayStation Vita version of Dragon's Crown. Now, I'm not really going to be analyzing the game itself because the game is in its essence the exact same as the one that you have on the PlayStation 3. So I'm going to be trying to focus as much as possible on the Vita exclusive features as well as stuff that you can do if you have both the Vita version and the PlayStation 3 version and stuff like that. That's what we're going to be focusing this discussion on. If you want to go and see what are my thoughts on the game, there's already quite a few videos out there on my channel that you can get my opinion on it. But if you guys want me to really sum it up, if you haven't bought it yet, you're an idiot because the game is fucking amazing. Yes, that's right. It is too amazing. I love it. I love Dragon's Crown. I'm addicted to Dragon's Crown, so that is my ringing endorsement. So let's talk about the Vita version of things. So for starters, as you guys are watching this video, one of the things you guys are going to notice is that, oh my god, it looks so much worse than the PlayStation 3 version. And I want to make sure that I explain this because the footage that you're watching is actually PlayStation Vita footage. Because I like making sure that I put the actual footage from the device that I've played it in. So let's talk a little bit about this. For starters, in my opinion, let me just tell you that the Vita version looks as good as a PlayStation 3 version, easily. And in most cases, it's even going to look better, simply because there's not a lot of screens that are going to beat the quality of the screen that you have on the Vita, because the screen on the Vita is friggin' ridiculous. It is amazing. So let's talk about why the footage actually doesn't look that great. So for starters, the internal resolution of your PlayStation Vita, the native resolution of the device, is 960 by 544. So bear that in mind, 960 by 544. The camera that I am filming the PlayStation Vita with is over 10 years old, and it is stretching the footage from the Vita, which is 960 by 544. It is being stretched to 1920 by 1080. So bear that in mind. Now, more things. The recording itself, like just the fact that I am recording it with a device, is going to add some compression. It is not going to be raw quality. So that is going to add compression, which means it's going to lose quality simply due to the fact that I am filming it. Then I'm going to put the footage in an editor and I'm going to render it. Once I render it, there's going to be a little bit more compression and a little bit more of quality loss. This is standard for pretty much everything. It's just now we're doing it on a very small device. So it's losing its quality already twice. After that, I'm going to upload the video onto YouTube, and once it gets to YouTube, YouTube's encoder just flat out butchers the quality of anything it touches, which is the reason why so many people upload like videos at ridiculous quality to YouTube, so that when it hits there, it gets butchered and it doesn't look as bad. So now picture the footage that you're watching on YouTube right now and reduce the resolution that you're watching it at to 960 by 544, and then multiply the sharpness, detail, and the color fidelity like 1,000-fold. Easy. And then imagine that on an OLED display screen in the palm of your hand. And let me just tell you, the quality is ridiculous. I really, really like the way the game looks. I mean, I already like the art style, so I'm kind of biased there. But on the Vita, it just like, I don't know, the game just pops out to life a lot more than it does on the PlayStation 3, if I'm to be honest. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the screen of the Vita. The screen of the Vita is just ridiculous. That's the thing. And when you put this game on the screen of the Vita, it looks really, really good. So in terms of graphics, I guess you guys can get my opinion. The game is very well done. The art style is still amazing. Everything is there. The animations from the PlayStation 3 are there. Everything is there. The whole game is there. So there's like no cutting corners or anything. It is the exact same game that you have on your PlayStation 3, only it is on your Vita. Something that I have noticed is that there is a slight hit on performance when the screen gets really crowded, like when you have a ton of mobs or you're doing casting all kinds of spells that are just filling up the screen with all kinds of crap. You will have a little bit of performance issue, particularly if you're playing online. So that is to be expected because I believe that it was the developers of the the PlayStation Vita themselves, they said that the Vita is 80% of a PlayStation 3. So every now and then you will experience a couple of hits on performance on this title. It's not too terrible. It doesn't become like flat out unplayable. At least I haven't experienced that yet, so I didn't have too many issues with that. Now, something else is rune magic, as well as anything else that you have to use your cursor for, like say opening doors, clicking on chests, anything that you have to click on screen is a lot easier, because instead of actually using an analog stick and the L1 button, you're actually using the touch interface of the Vita, so you just have to touch stuff. So there's like a rune somewhere, you just touch the runes, and you touch the runes that you have on your bag, and boom, done, instantly. It is a lot better, and trust me, because when I play with my friends, I'm the default designated rune caster, because I'm the one with the most experience in runes, so I'm always the one like doing that stuff, be it with a controller or with the PlayStation Vita, and I would choose the PlayStation Vita every single time when it comes to rune casting and opening doors and all that stuff. However, there was something that I noticed, which it was actually harder on the PlayStation Vita, which was the food portions. Now, if you guys remember, there's a couple of portions throughout the game where you have to actually click food and cook and drag the food. Not really drag, but you click to select, and then you click like a pot, or you click the frying pan. And I noticed that on the Vita, it was actually harder to do with the touch. Now, this could be due to the fact that there were 3 of us, me and 2 friends, struggling to cook stuff. Now, we weren't all playing on the Vita. I was using the crossplay functionality, which I will tell you guys about in a couple of seconds here. But that could be the case that caused it. But I found that I was a lot more successful when it came to actually doing the cooking stuff with the controller than I was with the touch interface. Maybe a little bit of tweaking still needs to be done there. I don't know. Another functionality that you're going to be having is that you can trade your saves between the PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation 3 using the PlayStation Plus Cloud, if you're subscribed to PlayStation Plus, that is, and it just works flawlessly. Like, I've been trading my saves back and forth, no problem whatsoever. All you got to do is you go into not load game. There's actually like a section that just says upload your save and download your save. That's all you got to do. It is super simple, and it is actually really cool because it allows me to play on the PlayStation 3 and then just upload stuff to the Vita and play it on the Vita. I believe there's more games these days that are offering this functionality, like Metal Gear Solid is also doing something along those lines, and it's really cool, and I want to see more of this kind of stuff come into play for games that will be supported both by the Vita and the PlayStation 3, or the Vita and the PlayStation 4, because it is definitely convenient for anyone that actually has both those devices. I mean, I didn't have any game that it was useful for me to do that, but let's say, for instance, like if they were to release a Dark Souls port onto the Vita, which is probably never going to happen, and that makes me really miserable, but if they were to do something like that, it would be really cool to be able to transfer my characters back and forth. So think about it in those terms. Then the other feature, which really surprised me the way that it worked, is the cross-play with PlayStation 3. Because this feature wasn't available at launch. Since it wasn't available at launch, I was really surprised, because when I was at E3, I asked in the booth where they were showing Dragon's Crown, I asked them, so this is going to be like cross-buy and cross-play, right? And they were like, no, there's no cross-play and there's no cross-buy. And I was like, how is that even possible? How do you not have a cross-buy option for this title? And, actually, the cross-play, I was like, okay, so the cross-play can be a little bit challenging, but how do you not have a cross-buy option? But anyways, the cross-play has been implemented, and I wasn't really expecting them to implement that. And I tested that with a friend of mine, and the test that we actually did is probably the worst possible circumstances that you can put on a test like this, which is I have the European version on my PlayStation Vita. My friend has the US retail version, so it's not like even digital or anything. No, it's just the retail, the actual Blu-ray disc from the US region. All you got to do is you got to go into options on the side of the host, and you just got to make sure that your options say that it allows all regions, because there is a setting there that you can check to make sure that you only queue up with people from your region to reduce lag and stuff like that. You just turn that off, allow all the regions, and you can even do crossplay with both the EU version and the US version, PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation Vita. And the way we were doing it is there were 2 people playing on the PlayStation 3, because you guys know there's couch co-op. So there was 2 friends of mine playing on the PlayStation 3, and I was playing on the PlayStation Vita with them, and everything worked fine. As a matter of fact, I was surprised that the precision was so much that I could actually look at the PlayStation screen and just use the Vita to control my character there. That's how precise the damn thing was. Like, I was expecting there's probably going to be a little bit of delay, a little bit of latency. No such thing. And this was all done, like my Vita was connected wirelessly to the internet. I believe that his PlayStation 3 was through a cable, but either way, it worked just fine. I was really surprised that it was that easy, and it was just really cool. So overall, this comes highly recommended by me. And thank you very much to Nippon Ichi Software America for sending it over to me, because I've actually been playing more Dragon's Crown on my PlayStation Vita than on my PlayStation 3, because hey, I can take my PlayStation Vita all over the place, not really my PlayStation 3. As a matter of fact, it's probably my most played game on the PlayStation Vita right now, because I'm just that addicted to it. Either way, that is going to be it for this particular video. As per usual, leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of stuff in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm sorry that my voice is still not 100% fixed. I would say that I'm working on it, but the only thing I'm really doing is just taking my medication. So, but either way, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.